now. Once again, had to last time chase that dude down. I mean, we didn't have to, but I didn't know he was a bandit. I thought it was just like a quest line sort of thing that's gonna start up. So I didn't want to shoot with it now, but now that I know, I will be shooting them with arrows if they try to run. So yeah, where am I? I have no clue. Auschwitz is someone apparently. He lives on the border of the town. Oh, what? Hello. Why are so many people lined up? What's happening? Cinematic time? It's interesting. Oh, what's happened now? Oh, I found out where his limping bandit lives.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
That's what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the Baliff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. Or all that's left of him.
Sakra. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But
So the one lead I had is now fucking gone. Oh, that's not good. I don't know how I'm gonna... Who was Limpy Lubosh? When was the body found? Where was the body found?
And did anyone see anything?
just now, and nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
What did Limp?
We got that from some villainy or brawler a long time ago.
Do you anything suspicious?
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhof raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk. So you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Okay.
My respects to... Of course.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Well,
He was a loner. He could...
Oh.
that man Lubosh.
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody...
Right.
Have you noticed anything suspicious?
Well, now I think of it, I haven't seen him around for a while. No idea that he was skulking.
Hmm.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
Not a clue.
That's all.
Any NPCs with names yet? Lumia? What about you?
Jesus Christ. I don't know anything about...
Do you know what Lubosh was doing?
I was coming from the tavern very late that night, and I caught a glimpse of someone entering the village. He looked like he was in a hurry. There was only a shadow against the sky, but after what happened, I went wondering.
Have you noticed anything suspicious recently?
Come to think of it, he was in church yesterday.
Hmm.
He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Okay.
Do you know anyone Lubosh used to spend time with? Relatives or friends?
Not with anyone from the village. He used to sit in the tavern next to us sometimes, but he never said much.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself, even in the tavern.
Okay. Good to know. Well, we'll see the priest now. So we know he wasn't the talkative type. Ooh.
Mother of God.
I've come in the name of Sahanish of...
I don't know how I can...
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time with?
As far as I know, he had no...
I wonder.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
I don't think he was...
Who was this Lubosh who was murdered?
You could see at first glance he was no good.
Have you noticed
Yeah, I guess anything
There wasn't
suspicious.
sight or sound of him for a long time.
Okay. Everyone's saying the same sort of stuff. Thank you. Bye bye. Right, where's the priest at? Villager Mash. Mash, you look like his friend.
Good health to you. Of course.
Do you know what Lu...
Not a clue.
Okay, you're not going to be helpful.
I'll go with you.
Where's the priest at? Actually, I should just go in. Check.
An inscription in blood. Pity I don't know how to read. Looks like they wanted to give someone a warning. But who? A bandit who knows how to write isn't something you see every day. What's this? Looks like someone's hit him very hard on the head. But they had bludgeoned him to death and then gutted him. That would explain why he didn't scream. All above, they did a hell of a job on him. Must have been agony. No one heard anything.
Did he even fight back? Where's his bedroom? I'm assuming they did it when he was sleeping. He would have slept in there so he had to sleep in here.
Bed.
That's close. Oh, the eggs. Weird. Oh. Looks like the blood from the footsteps disappeared after. Right, I'm gonna cut away and then get to the priest and talk to the priest. We're gonna ask him now about when he wants to stop fighting. Father Godwin.
Blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hamish of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhoff, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh?
That's weird.
A bit of a lost soul. A simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Okay. Do you notice anything suspicious?
My child. All sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to you.
That's a lot of help, so he stood to it when he told you.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhoff was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, and one of those is the sanctity of the confession.
There must be some
Father,
exception.
surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances. And this is one of them.
Both got +3 talk. You
But
can't
Lubosh
hurt
is
him
dead.
now.
You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you I would be betraying a vow, what the fuck? The Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians. Worse than the murderer escaping punishment.
No one escapes punishment.
Lubosh was only... What's my only lead? Do you have any work for me? Can you teach me to read?
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhoff raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confession. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
Right? Thank you, Father.
I do want to talk to him again, see if I can just get out of him a bit quicker.
Have you thought of a...
Let's leave it for the evening.
I see you know how... I wouldn't have expected that from a man of the cloth.
With a stick. I practice with a stick. Reminder of my youth and days gone by. And it helps keep me in good form.
What I'm going to do then, sell my stuff, and I'll cut back to the part where we're in the tavern so we can discuss Lubosh's death. Is there actual gravestones? I don't think there is. But yeah, I will cut back to that very soon, so I'll see you in a second. Arthur Godwin right now. I'm going to talk to him about Lubosh and see how it all ended up.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
Got it.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
They're dead.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, a drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It is.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. Parents, the girl.
Even the
She was on
Dutch.
Sigismund's side. They didn't make it to the castle. They wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing they could do. I fled to Townburg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rodney. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hamish to send that old grouch Bernard.
he did, but I found a witness and the trail led her to Ushant, so we sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. Nice to see someone using
Easy
their head
clap.
to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claim. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home. I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by court. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. The tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive fur. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough.
Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Drinking level has increased. Oh yes. What, this drinking level? What the fuck?
Enough of this!
Baliff! Come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out. Oh, come on.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Why violence sells nothing? Right. I've leveled up twice in drinking. Oh yes. Very nice. Gonna fight him. Should be interesting.
That's gonna cost you your life.
What the fuck? Motherfucker, you wanna fucking go? Oh, he's off guard. Oh, okay, yeah, I am. Okay. Yo. Oh, yes, saved. Godwin saved me. I was gonna get beaten up, start screaming. Thank God. Wait, what?
I'd love to. And Henry too. Right, Henry. Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
Godwin's concubine.
Watch the step, my dear. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
What?
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody hell. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here.
Oh, goddamn. We're tired. Right, that sound.
Priest has mounted up. You say, Henry, shall we take
I
a
lost.
ride of our own?
Yeah. Let's go for a ride. Oh, goddamn. Yo, was it easy then? Henry's having the time of his life. No more Bianca, fuck that. What the fuck? Wait. Did we fuck sheep instead? Bah.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
God damn. We're drunk.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! You hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, where the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. We have a wonderful time.
Would you so lecture? Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Sausage on the table? Oh yes. Krista Paddy.
Poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about?
Sermon.
Before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten? Math. Shit, I have to say that.
Where the fuck am I? What the fuck? Oh, you are the priest.
You have to give a sermon as well. This is a disaster. Excommunicate me. I'd like to help. Do the sermon before. What?
So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to pre-trap them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
God damn it. I propose a Sir Ratchet courtesy. You just came from studying in Prague. Do you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching? Henry, look, what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night.
Baliff or someone else complains about me, the bishops can have my guts regardless. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
Good man. You start raising that.
I'm not. Mr. Glenn! Wallace! Oh! How about this? You help me. I'll tell you who the bush is going.
Easy. I'll help. Yeah. We're doing a sermon, boys. I leveled up 3 times. The drinking perk. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Confession seal isn't sacred anymore. We'll never get away with it, alright, but I can't guarantee the results. Sorry, but I'm not doing. I can't guarantee the results.
Alright. I can't make any promises about what will happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern.
Shit.
That's that. No need to drag it out.
What did he say?
Turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about you.
Christ almighty.
Fine then.
Fine then. Have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's
Let's
get
get to it. Right. Let's do the sermon, bud. So if we dress up like this, we'll just scare everyone. I don't know what he said at the sermon yesterday though. I kinda ignored it. Because I was really interested in all the sort of stuff, but did he talk about hate or stuff? About the rich shouldn't be like that and how everyone should be equal. I don't know. Nobody see robs the poor. Oh, that's what I heard. Could be interesting. I will make my mic for the nobility talk because it's more like a cinematic where we just gotta say it. Like,
Never show up.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up. So I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem. Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where by the grace of God was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So Henry, you may begin.
Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. I am here to tell you about Mother Church and to show you through my words how she is falling into decay and abandon, how the once great mother of all Christians is losing her dignity and trading in souls like the merchants in the temple. But I am digressing.
That whelp wants to preach about the church.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, cumens, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
It is the customary folk. Let us remember the marriage at Cana, where our Lord Jesus Christ himself feasted with the other guests and drank his fill. And when the wine was gone, he performed a miracle and created more. He, whose companions were poor travellers, simple folk, prostitutes and troublemakers, performed a miracle so the feast could continue.
Now that's the kind of sermon I like to hear.
No, brothers and sisters. Jesus did not condemn alcohol. Drink to lighten the cross you bear in this vale of tears, but not with such abandon that you cannot keep holy the Sabbath. For there should be moderation in all things, and it is not drinking itself that is sinful, but intemperance and beastly indulgence.
He's right.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows, and he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion?
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
We did it! We gave him a good sermon. I think that went well. I got 2 rights, 1 wrong in the beginning, but it shouldn't be too bad. It's just the intro. Saved, right? I hope so. I think I did a good job as a sermon.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a
I'm
silver
glad he
tongue.
came here. I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague. He told it nicely.
Well,
Well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin,
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you,
Well, now Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
fell out.
Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pious. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
So sermon was successful. Now we've got nicknames to follow from, like Pius, Timmy, the other one from Ledechko. So we can follow them up. And now we'll know. And there's a tournament at that time. We already had a tournament. Not doing another one. It costs 60 fucking gold. They're expensive. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next